From being 90s ka chocolate boy hero to making his debut in OTT and ruling the chart completely. Hi, this is Amina Sheikh here. Join me as I welcome Sanjay Kapoor on Zoom channel.
Thank you so much and thank you for this lovely introduction.
I have to tell you that आजकल आप हम सबको रात में काफी जगा रहे हो. Thanks to your movies like Bloody Daddy and now Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Yeah, मतलब कि आप आफ्टरनून का शो आप लेट नाइट शो देखोगे तो आपको लेट जागना पड़ेगा, पर अगर आप आफ्टरनून शो जाके देखोगे तो आप जल्दी भी सो सकते हो.
But also the movie itself, like, you know, it's completely shot in the night and the way the entire story revolves around it. I don't want to reveal much to the audience because I want them to come and watch the mysterious story of it. But how was it, you know, being a part of it?
Yeah, like you said, it's a story of one night. It's a Christmas night, and the whole film was shot in the night. Luckily, we had put up a set of where the 70% of the film is shot, so we didn't have to do late night shooting, night shooting and get exhausting after 3-4 days because you don't know, जब दुनिया भर जागी है, आप सो रहे हो, और जब आप काम कर रहे हो, दुनिया भर सोई हुई है, तो night shooting can get exhausting, and especially because this was such a feel good and relaxed, and especially my role was so much of fun, so a night shooting would have killed all of us. But besides the exteriors, we shot it indoors, and it was a beautiful set. And we did, the great thing was Sriram sir, he does his readings and workshops on set. So normally क्या होता है कि अगर set लगा होता है तो producer का ये pressure आता है कि मीटर चालू है, जल्दी shooting शुरू करो. But he thinks on set, and he wanted the actors to do the readings also on set, so that you get used to this, surroundings and everything. So it was definitely a blessing in disguise, because when we started shooting, I'd already been on that set for 3 days. Though it wasn't, when I enter the house, it's a new house for me. But still, you're just used to certain things, and then when we were rehearsing with the movements and everything. So obviously there was a lot of improvisation done on set the day we shot it, but somewhere what the director is, the way he's treating. So besides your line, which Sriram sir is never so the lines have to be the way he has written or something. He lets you improvise. He, in fact, when I met him and everything, when he gave me a narration and everything, he said, "Do you want dialogues or will you just say it?" I said, "नहीं sir, आप लिख के तो एक ढांचा तो होना चाहिए कम से कम." So he's that easy. So it was absolutely wonderful to be part of such a great team, and I think so the result is there for everybody to see that everybody's performance, everybody looks relaxed, everybody's having fun, even if it's like the first half is it's a slow burner, but you can see the chemistry between Katrina and Vijay Sethupathi. They're very relaxed when they're talking and everything. It doesn't feel that they never had met. Yeah. The same way I had never met Vijay in my life. I met him the first day was on set when we did our readings. But there was a comfort zone. There was a right kind of energy between all three of us. So yeah, it was absolutely wonderful.
And I could see the ring is not missing right now.
The ring is not missing, yeah. These are. But during the shoot, I had to take out all these because I was playing Ronnie, so I couldn't be wearing all this. So I had to take it out. There was only one ring. That was the wedding ring.
Which was the wedding ring.
Which I.
It was a trick.
It was. I had to hide it.
And Ronnie is a family man.
इतनी वो खूबसूरत वो मरिया थी कि वो छुपाना ही पड़ा मुझे.
But Ronnie is a family man, as the wife kept on admitting
again. And that's why I say that now you're embarrassing me. इतनी तारीफ मत करो यार.
But the story itself it's very good. At the same time, no one would wonder, what exactly the screenplay has been, what she plans, what's running in her head and all. In real life also, has there been any incident like that at any occasion, festival types, when you have landed in trouble while trying to help someone?
Fortunately, something like this has not happened because this was not trouble.
This was very big trouble. In fact,
that was very big trouble. No, it's not really. And if you're trying to help someone, and even if there is a little bit of trouble, I think so it's worth it because you're finally helping somebody. So not this kind of deep trouble, but nothing so important that I remember or I can talk about. But thoda bahut agar, like I said, if you're helping somebody and if you have to go through a little bit of some kind of trouble or some kind of inconvenience, I think so it's worth it.
Are you liking the cinema right now, the stories, for that matter, be it thrillers, be it comedy? Maybe comedy as a space, is going a bit down as compared to how it used to be earlier. But what do you have to say about the cinema right now?
Well, actually, I think so. Cinema was great when I started also. Cinema has always been great, be it the 60s or the 70s, 80s. Every time there is a trend or something. What is something very special? What is, I will not only say cinema. I think so the work pattern and the work ethics have changed, That is something very special. That something is something which is, I'm enjoying that a lot of these, where you have a hardbound script, where, you are doing workshops, you are meeting the actors beforehand. So when you are shooting with them, it's not that you're, like if I had not met Vijay when we were doing readings or something, I've never worked with Katrina, but at least I've known her since 20 years. We bumped into each other in social gatherings and, various places and everything. But Vijay I had not met. So there would always be, it takes a day or two to get used to, somebody. But these readings have really helped that. You get used to the unit, be it the cameraman, the ADs, the whole team. So when you're on set on the first day, it never feels that, you've come, the nervousness is always there, the butterfly is always there. Whether it's your first film or your 100th film, you are, before, whether you will, directors conceived Ronnie, for example, my character in a certain way, whether I will live up to it, whether I live up to my own expectation, whether I'm, taking the right path. It takes time, because it doesn't, you don't read a scene and you suddenly get into it.
True.
And with workshops and all, it becomes at least 50 to 60% much more easier. It's still, like I said, there are butterflies and nervousness, but at least 60 to 70%, you know what you're doing, so it becomes much easier. I think so. That's the reason today when you see cinema, not that they were great actors earlier also, but आज जो difference है कि आज एक actor जिसका एक भी scene है, छोटा सा एक scene है, he's also looking the part. He's not looking a part के यार, अरे यार, इधर ये तू 4 line बोल दे. It's not like that. Even he is doing his part, and maybe after 5 years you may seeing him doing a full-fledged role because he's a talented actor. He's just not got that opportunity to play a main lead or the a very, very important part in a show or in a movie. But everybody is cast. There is casting directors. It's not, those days have gone, कि वो चाचे का भतीजा आ गया और वो उसके मामे का लड़का वो हीरो बनना है, अरे दे दो इसको 2 scene, वो those days are gone.
Yeah.
Absolutely gone. There are casting directors. The ADs are at it. Like I said, for every small scene, there is a lot of thought given. I think so that change has been exceptional.
Also, Sanjay, I have to say this, that, when it was during the 90s, you had this chocolate boy image. But now when we see you on OTT, it's completely different altogether. It's like you can get into a vampire mode completely, or a vamp mode, or completely different. Like, it's very like maybe sometimes clumsy, or sometimes, quite dangerous. Like if I talk about your role with Madhuri Dixit, when you worked in Netflix show, it was
Fame
very,
game, yeah.
a Fame game. It was quite different. Versus now this one, it was trying to be very, in a very flirtatious manner, but the moment realizes that there is some trouble, he changes the game. So do you feel that experiment is very good?
See, obviously when I started in the 90s, 90s was what, 34 years back. So obviously I was much younger, and so I was playing those kind of roles, obviously with experience, with age. More than the age, it's the experience of being in the line, and you experiment. People also have more confidence in you with time. Then they give you different kind of roles. And today the great thing is that age has become a number. पहले ये होता था कि एक certain age के बाद, if you can't play a hero's role, more or less, then it's very, very difficult to get into another. Very few have got into those great character roles. But today with OTT, like you just spoke about Fame Game, where there is Madhuri, myself, Manav Kaul. We all have got great parts, great roles. I'm a father of 2 big kids, and yet it's the main role. So
Exactly.
that has changed. So today the thing is that age is not, your talent is most important. You could be any age, but if you're talented, you can get a great role there, which used to not happen earlier. It was very limited. The heroes, you had to be of a certain, like when I look back now and I think obviously times have changed and people are more, giving a lot of importance to health and, just not the physique, I mean health and everything. That's the reason everybody is looking the way they are looking. When you look back, the great Mr. Shanaya Kapoor in Parvarish played a father of Amitabh Bachchan and Vinod Khanna. And that time Shami uncle probably was not even 60, and he was playing a father of two grown-up men. And today, the superstars are all close to 60, and they are doing action. They are doing, times have changed. So age is a number. If you look the part, if you're convincing, obviously, I'm not expecting a 60-year-old or a 55-year-old man is going to play a college boy, but he can still do a great role. He can still play the main part in the film. So that is a very, very great thing. The change which has happened, with talent. If you are good enough, you can still have the best role in the film or in a show.
As we also talk about age and aging, you're aging like fine wine, I must say that. And that is a compliment you must be getting always, I'm sure, that age reversal which is happening. So tips for that.
No tips. It's just, obviously, there is, they say, no pain, no gain. You have to sacrifice, a lot of things. Obviously, you have to live your life, but you have to have a disciplined life. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just, and whatever. So that I really don't know. I have a disciplined life. I work out, and my heart is clean. So I think so. Little bit, वो भी शक्ल पे नजर आता है.
There was a time in life when you took a break from Bollywood.
I didn't take a break.
You didn't take a break. But
I
what
didn't
exactly
take a break.
the phase was?
I didn't get good work.
You didn't get good.
So that's the reason I didn't do it. I don't shy away and I don't mince that thing. I didn't take a break. I wanted to work, but I was not getting good work. I was getting work, but not anything worth my while. So I said, it's rather that I do something else. So I got into production, rather than do something that I am not going to be proud about. And I think so because I did that, I sacrificed that time. It's not that I didn't want to work. I love being in front of the camera. Because I sacrificed that and I had to do something. I had to fend, my family. I had to take care of my wife, my children, myself. So I had to work. So I got into production. And I think so that benefit I'm getting today, because if I had done a lot of riff-raff roles that time, then it's very difficult for people to cast you in anything important, because people have seen you in, something, when you're not proud of what you have done, how are you expecting people to be this? So I again, I will correct you that I did not take a break. The roles were not good enough. So I chose not to do those roles. I didn't get anything good. I did a very, very good film where still people talk about it. It's probably, they think it's one of my better work, is Luck by Chance. When it released way back in 2009, for 4 years I did not get a single decent offer. I got praises, but I did not get anything decent. So I also, when I look back and when I hear people now, because everything is in a remote. So if you want to see Luck by Chance or any movie of any actor, you can just go home and watch it. So your life, your shelf life has become, if you've done good work, has become even longer, because you are always in people's mind. Now I think so I'm getting benefit of that Luck by Chance which I did that time, that people are talking about it. So what I want to tell people who are actors who are starting off now, that when you do good work, it may take time, but what is due to you, you will get that.
But also, do you feel, Sanjay, that you have also evolved in slowing down, which we count in right now? There comes an occasion where you're just doing so many things, but you don't realize what exactly you're up to. So many actors are doing so many things, but they are not realizing what exactly where the worth is going. You chose that decision very wisely, which is itself like a very big thing, and at the same time taking some risk at your work.
I think so that's will come with to everyone with experience, with spending so much time in the industry. वो ठहराव एक आदमी में वैसे ही आ जाता है, अपने काम में आ जाता है और डिसीजन मेकिंग में भी आ जाता है. अगर आपको I started, my first film released in 95, but like I said, my Prem actually started much earlier, and then I signed Kartavya in 92. I started shooting for Raja in 93. So in 30 years, if I'm not, it's 31 years that I've been in front of the camera. If I'm not going to gain with that experience, then I'm doing something wrong. So I think so. That's the only thing I can think of.
And what is the Gen Z thing you have done long back already, where now you feel like been there, done that?
No, you have to change with time. What used to happen in 90s doesn't happen now. Things have changed now. So, like I said earlier, age is a number. So, when my daughter's friends also come, I talk to them as if they are my friends. You just have to change with time. If you feel old and you behave old, you look old also. If you feel young, the main thing I think so, people keep on saying, I think so, the right thing is you have to feel young, and that's where your health and everything, if you have energy in your body, automatically you will look it. Rest of the things, comes out naturally.
I have to ask you about Shanaya Kapoor's Bollywood debut as well. When she told you that, she wants to make a Bollywood, debut and all that, because we never saw her, going on those lines. But when she actually accepted that, she wants to be an actress, what was your reaction?
See, honestly, it did come like one day that she came into my room and she said she wanted to become an actor. I'm in part of this industry. I know what a person wants. She's my own child. So if I don't know what my child wants, then I'm doing a bad job as a father. So I always knew that she's interested in movies. She's got that thing in her, and she's extremely, even when she was, whatever she took up, even in school, if she was taking part in, she used to come first in, if she's running, she used to be unbelievable in basketball. So whatever she takes up, the focus is there. And now she wanted to be in front of the camera. She didn't have to tell me, I knew it. And it just organically happened. I don't think, now that you're talking about it, I don't think so a day came where suddenly one day I got to know she wanted to act in movies. It was just slowly, it was just happened.
Yeah. Wow, that's nice. And I have to ask you about Shanaya Kapoor's debut as well. She's all set to make a Bollywood
For Shanaya, we'll do a special interview where we'll talk about her.
But are you liking the Instagram reels, because that's going viral? She's doing her dance, numbers
Obviously, today, see, like I said, today that's the time. You have to, that's what kids do. पहले होता था हम portfolio करते थे, हम वो करते थे, और राकेश टेस्टा के साथ photo session होता था, डब्बू रत्नानी के साथ. So now, I have not heard a kid doing a photo session.
Yeah.
There used to be कि film fair की आज shoot है. It used to be planning कि आज 6 बजे pack up करके आज वो शाम को you have to look fresh. कि film fair का है या Stardust का है या Cineblitz का है. Now those were the days of the 90s. Now times have changed. Now it's Instagram. You're doing it yourself. So you have to change with time, and that's it's interesting. So when I also see it, even I get I say, wow, this is great. I recently saw. She did this song, that Tip Tip Barsa, I think so. She did that, and I said, "Wow, I wish I could dance as good as her."
But how's your social media game? Like, are you active?
I'm not. See, I'm not that age, so I don't want to. Mine is a little more work related. Whereas it's more in between. Yes, there is a picture or two which I'll put. A gym picture also I'll put up, just to inspire myself. And if I can inspire a few others, it's just not by chance that you're looking like that. I'm working towards it. But obviously, I don't have that kind of a game. What today's kids do it. I'm too old for that.
Sanjay, there was also, so many times it also happens even now. Sometimes you're quite often compared with Anil Kapoor in terms of work and performance. How do you take that?
Well, I think so. It used to happen when I started my career. Recently, the last 7-8 years or 10 years, it has not happened. I've not heard that. Obviously, we look very, he's achieved so much. If people think I'm his younger brother, I am his younger brother. So I will be known as his younger brother. Yeah. But the comparison did happen a lot in the 90s, which was very tough because he was a superstar, I was a newcomer. But I was prepared for it. It happens with everyone. be it in India, be it in Hollywood, or be it in the South. It's a very natural thing, you know. You will be compared, you will have comparisons, you will finally, he's your they are your family, yeah? So they will talk about it. Yeah? So you have to be prepared for it. And it happened with me, and yeah, so he's my brother. So हमारे माँ बाप एक ही हैं, तो हम एक जैसे ही दिखेंगे. किसी और की तरह तो दिखेंगे नहीं.
That's true. But while you had your own challenges, Sanjay, I have to also ask you about this very moment, which is about, you know, apart from your challenges, you have come over all these phases. But sometimes there comes a time where you feel like, you know, why I had to go through this, or why this came across like that. Did you ever felt that, you know, in your dark phases?
I will not say that I did not go through my heart. We all go through. Even today, the biggest a superstar will have his lows. A biggest of businessman who's got 2,000 crores in his bank will have his low movements and everything. It's a natural thing. It is something there in everybody. You know, people have this misconception that if you're successful and if you're rich, you don't have anxiety or you don't feel low. It's a natural thing. You could be low for a lot of something else totally, you know, that you're not enjoying your food.
Yeah.
You know, आपको भूख नहीं लगती यार. इतना अच्छा खाना सामने पड़ा और आपको भूख नहीं लग रही है. Or you're not happy, you know, about something else.
Yeah.
I lost my father, I was very low. So there are a lot of reasons, you know. So obviously, and my career, yes. But I did not take it and I did not put it in front of people. Like I didn't, उनकी लाइफ में जो प्रॉब्लम, मैं अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स उनके साथ नहीं शेयर करता था. Like my energy didn't change, my positivity didn't change. I'm going through that thing, I have to fight it myself. I have few close friends, my family is there, who I can bank on and everything. And my personality is such that I can fight it out.
Yeah.
So I've been very positive in everything. I have not changed Friday to Friday. अगर मेरी Friday को पिक्चर चलती है, मेरी attitude नहीं चलता, change नहीं होता है. और अगर नहीं चलती है तो भी attitude नहीं चलता, change नहीं होता. Plus मेरे लोगों के साथ भी attitude नहीं change होता. Today, if you've given a blockbuster, I will still talk to you the same way. If you've given a disaster and if you're down, I'm going to still talk to you the same way. So my relationships don't change according to my success or your success. So I think so that's the best thing that is about me. And that's the reason I am the way I am. Happy.
And as we talk about the phases, you know, be it low, be it high, there's one thing which gets discussed a lot is about your income on the internet. So like in the Ori's language, I have to ask you, are you a liver?
I don't know his language. I'm happy. I can say that. Yeah. I'm very happy.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
content.
Basically,
there is no end to it. I'm very content. I always say God is kind. God has given a lot. I always see my glasses half full. You know, if you see what people go through, you should only thank God. Yeah? You're healthy. You know, you are happy. You have a great family. You know, that's your wealth. Yeah. You should also. And plus, otherwise, also, I've seen my glass half full. Yeah? So materialistically, you need everything in life. You need that money to survive, but that can't be the only thing.
While you choose to focus on your career in terms of acting, you also have your production house, and you know where we see something coming over there as well.
See, production, like I said, in between when I was not getting good work, I got into production because that's the only thing I knew. Like I said, I had to support my family, myself. So I got into that thing. That is in my blood. I know, okay, even now if I produce a film, whether it will be successful or not, I don't know. But I know that I'll make a good film, and I know that I'll make a film and people will love being part of it. Yeah. But now I'm so busy as an actor, and that's what I love. So I said, okay, isko tabhi backseat mein karo. Let me enjoy my acting. Yeah.
If you had to revive any of your Bollywood projects, you know, which one would that be?
I don't know. I'm happy the way it is. हर एक फिल्म का एक टाइम होता है, you know. और वो उस वक्त ही अच्छी लगती है, मुझे लगता है, ऐसे लगता है. तो right now I'm thinking of the things which I'm doing. What has happened, I've you know, that has happened. That's history. Now I want to focus on the future, on the kind of work I want to do and the kind of people I want to work with. Yeah. And you know, rather than thinking of what you know, what I have done. That's there. Some great work I've done. I've worked with some great directors, great co-stars. That's there. So, but I don't like look back ke ye वापस करना चाहिए or something.
What's on your wish list currently, if you have to like select in terms of directors, in terms of actors, who you would like to collaborate with?
You know, it's just organically happening, and I would want it to organically happen. there are so many directors that I would want to work with. But I want to work with people who are going to give me something, there has to be something, some meat in it. Like, it's like in Merry Christmas itself, I come in the second half. So, but there is so much, I know, okay, when I come, everything changes. I've got a great role. For me, it was never the length, it was the impact of the role. So I want to work with, there are great directors, and if they offer, let it organically happen. So विश लिस्ट में तो सभी हैं यार, सब जो भी आज पिक्चरें बना रहे हैं, मैं तो चाहता हूँ सब मुझे लें यार, सब लोग मुझे यार.
In recent times, we see that, earlier it used to be critics reviewing the movies, but in recent times, audiences have gotten way too involved. So they notice certain thing, and, they are all out there on social media, and they're giving their own reviews. Do you prefer this, and do you look up to such reviews, or do you still stick to, critics' reviews for that matter?
I stick to honest review. You can, if you, you cannot see, there are, today everybody has got a phone, everybody can post something and tag you, and, you cannot read those every review or something. But it's always good to have, even if it is criticism, it has to have a valid reason for that, So honest, like, now in Merry Christmas, what has happened is that when you read about it and everything, you feel a lot of honesty. I can feel it. Like when I went for that, there was a media thing. When I met people, I could feel that they've liked the film. They've liked just not my work. They've liked others' work. They've loved Sriram's work and everything. So honest review, there's nothing. Critics review is a review, whether it was way back in the 90s or way back now. If it's honest, it's honest and everything. And so it's very difficult to say. But there are a lot of more people now giving reviews than what it used to happen. There were 3 or 4 people who used to give.
Has it ever affected you personally, if any negative reviews have come to you, or negative comments for that matter, where sometimes, it stays in your mind, why exactly, what led to this?
Not that I can think of. Obviously, there are people who hit you below the belt, and there are, a few people who, for some reason, if you've not given them an interview, or I went through a phase where a lot of people, probably because Boni and Anil were already in the line, so they had their own, people whom they got along with, or critics who had put them down when we started off from Chembur or something. So they held it against me also, Before I came, they held it against me, which I knew, So, but, I was an educated man. I took it in my stride. I knew that if you're good, a bad line or hitting below the belt is not going to change anything. It happens even today. A few films have released and the critics have screwed the film up totally.
Yeah.
But if the picture is good, it does great business. So it doesn't really affect the audience thing. Audience, when they see the film, audience are very honest people.
Yes.
They're very honest. If they like something, they will love it. They're very, very honest. They're very, very good people. Audience.
And lastly, I have to ask you, what are your upcoming projects you're working on? We get to see you quite often at Maddock Films.
So I know. Recently, I was there. Actually, my next picture is with Maddock. Homie is directing, which is Murder Mubarak. I think so. I don't know exactly, but what I heard that day from Homie, that is releasing in March. It's called Murder Mubarak. It's got a great ensemble cast. I'm working with the very beautiful Dimple for the first time. Not first time, she was there in Luck by Chance also, but I didn't have any scene with her, interaction with her. Then I'm working again with Karishma Kapoor after Shakti, and then I'm working with, very good actors in Pankaj Tripathi, Vijay Verma, the beautiful Sara Ali Khan, then Tiska, who's, I've known her for a very long time. I got a chance to work with her. There's a dear friend of mine, Hashim Gulati, who was in Dil Samalja Zara with me. He's there in the film too. So and then working with Homie, for me, that's absolutely special. He's like, really crazy, and the film is going to be crazy too.
And how things were when you met Karishma Kapoor, because it's a long association.
No, I know, but like we are, we know each other very well. We spend a lot of time either way together. So it wasn't like one set, but it was always fun that you spend, working, and the kind of role we both have was very too much fun to work with her again. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for a lovely time.
Pleasure. Hi, this is Sanjay Kapoor, and you're watching me exclusively on Zoom channel.